that, and then on the other side come all the way out to here. I'm going to excavate some stuff here. Let's see. Right, and then this ramp is like 5 blocks wide. Yep, it's 5 blocks wide. So like that. More dirt, more dirt, more dirt. Right, so that's a ramp up to a platform there. Well, that looks... Am I doing this wrong? I'm doing this wrong. I feel like I'm doing this wrong. Is this too far forward? Let's push that back 2 blocks. I feel like that's too far forward. So we're gonna push this back. So I'm just kind of, you know, I've got ideas in my head about what I want to do, and then I'm trying to figure out where to put these things as I'm building, and then when I build it and I look at it and I think it looks wrong, then I change it as I go. So basically it's a bit of trial and error. You're not gonna get it right the first time, and you know, it's in recognition of that I'm using the dirt. The dirt is basically me saying, okay, I don't actually know if this is gonna work, so I'm gonna just try this out with something temporary, and you know, and figure it out here. Alright, so remove those. And this corner, so that's one corner of the front of the temple, and that's the other corner back there. Alright, so there's the ramp, there's a platform there. Eat chicken. And then from, like, the ramp is not as long as I hoped it will be. Like, it's a lot wider. Like, I wanted a long, thin path up, but I don't think we have space for long, thin paths. Okay, so there's that, and then from there, we're basically doing that, and then up. And up. And then the front of the temple is all the way up here, so we're quite high up already. Yep, we can do that. Let me just jump down here a little bit. So there's the other corner. And on the other side... So we're basically just doing outlines. We're not actually building the whole thing in dirt. So this is like sketching. You've got an idea, you just quickly draw it out. So this is 5 blocks wide. And I've also been thinking, I want this thing to stand out. And because there's so much dirt and stone here, in order for this thing to stand out, it has to be a different color. And really the only other color that's viable is sand and sandstone. But I don't want to use too much sand, so I might be doing stone, mostly stone, and then sand or sandstone highlights, so that there's a bit of yellow. There's a bit of yellow color to highlight the thing. Alright, so that's a pretty impressive ramp, if I do say so myself. If you imagine there's columns down here, and then like a platform there, and then columns there, and then more columns there, and then that's the interior of the temple going into the mountain. Is that good? It's not very big. It's not as impressive as the real thing. The Temple of Hep what? Temple of Hep-Shep-Sut. And I need to demolish that tree as well. So it'll be there, it'll be a series of columns. Don't know what to do with this face. Probably just have a solid wall there. Columns and columns and columns. What materials? Sandstone columns? Like sandstone outlines and then stone infill? That would work, I think. Again, I don't want to use too much sandstone because it's quite expensive. 4 blocks of sand to make 1 block of sandstone. It's a bit strange that it uses up so much material. And you notice the ramps are 5 blocks wide. Like it seems really wide now, but if you imagine like the main path is 3 blocks wide and then there's a 1 block railing on each side, that's about right. And it's one of those things where I say in other videos, often you would underestimate how much space a staircase will take. Well, a ramp is a similar thing. Like you often underestimate how big you need to make your ramp. So I'm not gonna make that mistake because I'm more experienced than that. Let me just put some torches down so we don't get too many zombies up here. What to do? I think I'll just build this thing off screen. Like you don't need to watch me build it. And I'll record anything if I think of anything interesting along the way. But mostly it'll be just removing the dirt, replacing it with stone and sandstone. Stone brick? Stone brick. Stone brick and sandstone. And yeah. So I might do that off the video, and we'll come back when we have some sort of outline going on here. We haven't decided what to do with the ground yet, neither. So the ground is actually at this level. I might have to, flatten that out. Again, I don't really know how I'm going to go about that. Probably use dirt to fill that in. Fill in a bit of that so it's not, so there's a bit of a slope here maybe. And this sand I can remove and replace with dirt, I think. We don't need the sand here. We want the buildings to be sand, maybe the main pathways to be sand. And then just to highlight those features, and then the natural features can be stone and dirt. Yeah, that's right. Stone and dirt. So the color coding, the stone, the grey and the brown is natural, and the yellow is man-made. So that's the plan. So I have to excavate all that sand out. So there's actually a lot of stuff I need to do. So I might just do that. And come back when more stuff is built. Yeah, I'll do that. Alright, nothing particularly special between the last video and, the last little bit and this one. Except to say that I've dug out a lot of the sand, and I've dug out all the sand. And I'm replacing it with dirt. Because, dirt is quite abundant, whereas sand is not so much. So I'm in the habit of collecting as much sand as possible, basically. There's also a few caves underneath here, which I've also filled in with dirt. Just because I don't want to have to deal with caves later on. I don't think I'll ever have to dig down, because I don't plan to dig down. I plan to build into the mountain. But yeah, just figured it'd be better off filling it in with the dirt rather than leaving the caves there. So again, nothing special going on here. Just thought I'd show you this, show you what I do. Yeah, so sand is, and I've said this before in other videos. The problem with sand, I mean, there's a lot of sand in the world, but the problem is that it's mostly on the surface. Like deserts, beaches, they're always on the surface. So if if you take a lot of sand, you end up putting a lot of holes in the ground, as it were, because you have to take it from the surface. Whereas things like cobblestone and dirt, you can dig down to bedrock and have a mine, and you can mine out a lot of cobblestone and dirt, and it doesn't make the surface look ugly. Whereas if you dig out, if you dig up a beach, then it makes the surface of the earth look ugly. So I prefer not to do that, or rather, when I do that, I will dig all the sand out and then replace it with the dirt, so that the ground still looks like a ground and not a giant hole. Alright, so nothing really special here. Basically, I'm just gonna fill it in until we're back to the surface, and then we'll work on that. And I think I'll do a lot of that off screen as well, because it's not that important. Or the first parts of it should not be that important. Basically just replacing the dirt, or filling in the dirt outline with the whatever it is I plan to do. Actually, maybe I'll no, I think I should record that because I haven't decided what materials to use. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I'll be back, and when we're back we'll do a bit of that, I think. We have to decide what materials to use and where. Probably smooth stone slabs for the courtyard, and then sandstone ramps. I don't know how much light I want. Actually, probably a lot of light on the outside. But like the water temple, I want to explore light and shadow inside the temple. So we'll be using the half slabs to prevent hostile mobs from spawning. And so then we don't have to put lights everywhere, and then we can choose very specifically where to put the lights to create interesting effects, hopefully. Alright, so that's the plan. Alright, so we've got that so far. It's alright, it's not great, is it? It's a bit square. You know what I mean? There, it's a bit square. It's better up here. That's better there. I wonder what we can do about that. I don't think there's anything we can do about that. Like there, as you walk in, it's not the most interesting thing in the world, is it? Anyways, that's not a huge problem, I don't think. So I've done this so far. So again, if you go back to your Google image search and look up the Temple of Hatshepsut, oh my god, never mind, that temple. Yeah, so I'm doing a small copy of it, and it's small. It's very, very small compared to the actual thing. And again, I don't have very much space inside this mountain, right? So I can't make it huge. Oh, I can, but then I don't want to, because I want to put other things in here as well. So let me look at this. I got stone. I'm just trying to think what I should do here. I was thinking I'll put sandstone beams, as it were, across there, and then have the stone slabs. I've been using a lot of sandstone here though. I don't know if I've been using too much sandstone or not. I don't want to use up all my sandstone, because sandstone is kind of expensive. Never mind. Alright, let's just keep going. I need more sandstone. I'm going to put like a grid on top of there, and then I'll come back with the stone slabs. Alright, let's do that. What do we got? We got sandstone, we got all that stuff. So how much sandstone do I have? Smooth sandstone is not. I want sandstone. Maybe some smooth sandstone. And I'm running out of sand. Gonna have to get more sand from the base. Again. I really don't like how you use up 4 sand to make 1 sandstone. I mean, it's the same volume of materials. Why does it use up so much? And I haven't figured out what happens when the temple reaches the mountain yet neither. Like, there, you know, I've stopped the walls. There, I don't know how to join it up. Haven't really decided on what to do yet. So let's just put that down there, and I guess this also needs to be sandstone. The interior is going to be slabs so that the enemies can't spawn on this. Okay, ignore that bit. Let's go down here. So there's like a railing up here. It's very square from the side, as I said. I might have to think of I might have to think of something to do at the sides.